What if the real reason some men never find a girlfriend after 60 has nothing to do with age? What if it's not about grey hair, not about wrinkles, not even about the dating world changing? What if the real reason is something quieter, something that slowly happens to many good men without them even noticing? A man retires. Life becomes calmer. The days grow quieter. And before he realizes it, his world becomes smaller. Not worse, just smaller. And when the world becomes smaller, opportunities often disappear with it. Today, we're going to talk about 5 honest reasons some men struggle to find a girlfriend after 60. Not to criticize, not to judge, but to understand. Because understanding gives you control. And at this stage of life, control over your future matters more than ever. Reason: you stopped putting yourself in places where connection happens. After retirement, routines often change dramatically. For decades, work created daily interaction. Co-workers, conversations, shared lunches, casual laughter. But once that structure disappears, many men unintentionally withdraw from social environments. They stay home more. They run quick errands and return. They watch television. They read the news. And slowly, their daily world becomes very predictable. The problem is simple. Relationships don't appear inside isolation. They appear where people gather. Community centers, volunteer groups, walking clubs, local classes, faith gatherings, book clubs, travel groups. A relationship cannot begin if 2 people never cross paths. And sometimes the biggest barrier to meeting someone is simply not being around new people anymore. Reason 2. You may have stopped investing in your personal energy. This is not about trying to look young. It's about vitality. The way a man carries himself, the way he walks into a room, the way he speaks. Confidence does not come from perfect looks. It comes from presence, from taking care of yourself. Simple things matter. Regular walks, good posture, clothes that fit well, staying mentally curious. These signals tell the world something important. They say, "I'm still engaged with life," and that energy attracts people naturally. Many women over 60 are not looking for perfection. They are looking for someone who still enjoys living, someone steady, someone positive, someone who has not quietly given up on life's possibilities. Reason 3. Emotional walls built over time. Life is long, and most people reach their 60s carrying experiences. Divorce, loss, misunderstandings, broken expectations. Over time, some men develop quiet emotional armor. They keep conversations light. They avoid talking about feelings. They stay polite, but distant. To them, it feels safe. But connection requires warmth, not dramatic vulnerability, just openness, a willingness to share small pieces of your life, your interests, your thoughts, your memories. Human connection grows through emotional exchange. When a person feels seen and heard, trust develops. And trust is the foundation of companionship. Let me share something that illustrates this. 2 men joined the same volunteer program in their late 60s. Both had lost their spouses. Both lived alone. Both hoped to rebuild their social lives. But their approaches were different. One man kept to himself. He attended events quietly, spoke when spoken to, then left early. The other man asked questions, listened carefully, shared stories, helped organize activities. Neither man was more handsome, neither was wealthier. But within a year, the second man had formed strong friendships and eventually met someone special. The difference was not age, it was engagement. Reason 4. Believing that love simply belongs to younger people. This belief quietly stops many men before they even try. They assume women their age are no longer interested in relationships, or they believe the opportunity has passed. But the reality is often very different. Many women in their 60s and 70s value companionship deeply. Not complicated romance, not drama, just companionship, conversation, shared experiences, someone to walk beside them through the next chapter of life. But when a man assumes the door is closed, he stops sending signals of openness, and people often respond to the signals we give, even the silent ones. Reason 5. Your social world may simply be too small. This is more common than many people realize. After retirement, social circles shrink dramatically. Work friends fade away. Daily interactions disappear. Without noticing, a man may go from hundreds of conversations each month to only a few. But relationships thrive in environments of variety. New conversations, new environments, new experiences. That's why exploring interests becomes so powerful at this stage of life. A photography class, a community gardening group, a local history club, volunteer work, travel programs for seniors, even simple weekly meetups. These environments introduce people naturally. No pressure, no expectations, just shared experiences. And from those experiences, connections often grow organically. But here is something very important to understand. Not every meaningful relationship after 60 has to begin as romance. Sometimes friendship becomes companionship. Sometimes shared interests lead to deeper connections. Sometimes simply expanding your social world brings unexpected joy. And sometimes love appears when life becomes active again. This stage of life offers something younger years often lack: perspective, patience, wisdom. Many people in their 60s are no longer searching for excitement. They're searching for stability, kindness, reliability, a calm presence. And those qualities are often strongest in people who have lived full lives. So if you ever find yourself wondering, why can't I find a girlfriend after 60? The answer may not be discouraging at all. It may simply be an invitation to step back into life, to stay curious, to keep meeting people, to continue growing. Because the truth is, the men who stay socially active, who keep learning, who remain mentally engaged, often discover that opportunities continue to appear, even in later decades. And perhaps the most important question is not, how do I find a relationship? But rather, how do I keep living a full life? Because a full life naturally attracts connection. And that brings us to something worth thinking about. There are two paths people can follow as they age. One path slowly leads toward isolation. Less movement, less conversation, less independence. The other path leads toward engagement, new experiences, new friendships, continued independence. And the path you choose today quietly shapes the years ahead. If you found this reflection helpful, consider subscribing to Happy Old Age. Here, we explore how to stay mentally strong, socially connected, and independent long after retirement. Because growing older should never mean shrinking your world. Sometimes it simply means discovering new ways to live it.